Hello and welcome to part 2 of the ATACC series, where we go over unpacking and setting up your ATACC unit. Each ATACC unit will include the unit itself, a USB Type-C power cable, a stylus, a USB power adapter, the thermal probe, and a paper copy of the Quick Start Guide. To get started first, you must take the thermal probe and plug it into the 2-pin port on the back of the unit. Next, take one end of the USB-C cable and plug it into the power adapter, and plug the other end into the USB-C port on the unit. Once power is supplied to the unit, you can power it on by flipping the switch on the right-hand side of the unit. If all you see is a blank white screen, then don't panic. This is completely normal and just means the unit hasn't been powered on in a while. Simply flip the switch back off and on again, and it will resolve the issue. Once the unit powers up for the first time, you must accept the disclaimer. Once done, it will begin searching for a Wi-Fi network to connect to. If it cannot find a network, you will be prompted to either configure a network or proceed without one and run the device offline. Although connecting to a network is highly recommended, as it gives you access to many features, including remote monitoring and control, it is completely optional. If you do not wish to connect to a network, skip to the time displayed on screen and proceed from there. When clicking Yes, ATACC will create its own Wi-Fi network. Using a computer or smartphone, connect to that Wi-Fi network. The name will be ATACC and the password will be 1 through 8. Once connected, you should automatically be taken to a page asking you to configure Wi-Fi for ATACC. If you are not automatically taken there, you may manually enter the page by typing the following address into a web browser of your choice. Once on the page, click the Configure Wi-Fi button. From there, select the Wi-Fi network you would like ATACC to connect to, enter the password for that network and hit Save. If it successfully connects to Wi-Fi, the page should close on its own, and the touchscreen on the unit will display the main control panel. If ATACC spends more than 30 seconds trying to connect, then it is likely the network is unreachable, or the password was incorrectly entered. Simply refresh the page to try again. To connect a water supply to ATACC, first note the direction the arrow is pointing on the top cover of the unit. This indicates the direction the flow needs to travel. ATACC is designed with 1/4-inch fittings, so use the appropriate size tubing. Make sure the back of the arrow is the side where water is being supplied, and the side with the front of the arrow is where your distillation system is connected to. Lastly, insert the thermal probe into the spot on your still where you monitor either the coolant temperature or the vapor temperature. The thermal probe provided is a standard 5mm probe, which should fit most stills like the T500. If your still, either commercially made or DIY, doesn't fit the probe, you can replace this probe with your own, as the web panel supports custom probes. And that is it. You have successfully set up your own ATACC unit and are now ready to get distilling with it. I recommend you watch part 3 of the ATACC series, where we go over standard user operation, the web panel, and custom settings. Happy distilling from MIG Dynamics.